There. As far as the stock performance, I mean, Mark, there's a lot of optimism around delivery numbers, which we should get next year. What's your sense of demand? It was a year that we expected demand to fall off, and it did a little bit for EVs, but not so much for Teslas, especially with the price cuts.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Sarah. I mean, beginning of last year, Tesla got very aggressive with price cuts. It depressed their margins, but it did increase their volumes. And I think that's partly reflected in their stock performance this year. I also think when you see some of the established automakers like GM and Ford and others who have, recently announced that they're pulling back on some of their aggressive EV investments, that's also helped the stock. And I think as you look at 2024, I think it's going to be another year of growth and drama for the company.
Tesla's Q1 earnings call is in a few days, and there are a lot of announcements we can anticipate from this occasion. Automaker recently revealed its Q4 2023 delivery figures, which were really impressive. Should we anticipate something similar for earnings? Let's see.
The Tesla delivery numbers are just out. Phil LeBeau joins us for more on that. Phil, you're back.
I am, Becky, and these are better than expected numbers from Tesla in terms of topping its own guidance, as well as better than what analysts were expecting. Let's start first off with Q4 deliveries of 484,507 vehicles. The street was expecting closer to 473,000, so better than analyst expectations. And because of those deliveries topping 475,000, they topped their full year delivery guidance of 1.8 million vehicles. Officially, it's 1.808 in terms of 1,808,000 vehicles delivered in 2023, an increase of 38%. And again, the street guidance, or I should say Tesla's guidance, was for delivering 1.8 million vehicles. By the way, fourth quarter production, just under 495,000 vehicles. We will get the fourth quarter and full year financial results after the bell on the 24th of this month. So what, 3 weeks away in terms of when we hear from Elon Musk in terms of the setup. And that's also, by the way, guys, when we are likely to get the company's guidance for deliveries for 2024. That's when we will probably get them, again, 3 weeks from now.
With the release of Tesla's Q4 2023 production and delivery report, the automaker not only surpassed its annual sales targets for the previous year, but it also delivered over 484,000 cars in the final quarter alone. This news has many analysts reiterating their bullishness on Tesla, with many even claiming that it's the company's best year for sales ever. Well, it's possible. And today we'll consider 10 things that could possibly happen before Tesla's Q4 earnings call in 2012, as well as why these factors could potentially boost the company's financial results. Let's get started.
The stock has had a banner year in 2023, more than doubling. Can that hot streak continue as the headlines pile up and Elon Musk continues to be preoccupied with X? Former Ford CEO and interim Hertz CEO Mark Fields joins now with his outlook for Tesla in 2024. I just want to read you part of this statement from Tesla because they acknowledge the article. I'll say they published an article that leads with wildly misleading headline, is riddled with incomplete and demonstrably incorrect information. And then they go through point by point what they see as wrong. For instance, blaming the drivers for failures, the reality Tesla paid for most of the 120,000 vehicle repairs under warranty, et cetera, et cetera. Does this seem like it presents a big risk for Tesla?
Well, Sarah, every car company has their issues on quality around vehicles. I think the interesting thing about this is they do note that they've repaired about 120,000 vehicles. That's a large percentage for the number of vehicles that they have in their, what they call the car park, all the vehicles that they have out there in the marketplace. That's the thing that sticks out. When you have that large of a percentage, usually where there's smoke, there's fire. And listen, as you know, Sarah, in the article, Tesla does not have a communications department. So, trying to kind of work with the writers to kind of clarify things before they come out with, that's not Tesla's MO. So, this is part of the ramifications of that.
I was wondering if this came from Elon Musk himself. I'm not sure who's running communications there. As far as the stock performance, I mean, Mark, there's a lot of optimism around delivery numbers, which we should get next year. What's your sense of demand? It was a year that we expected demand to fall off, and it did a little bit for EVs, but not so much for Teslas, especially with the price cuts.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Sarah. I mean, beginning of last year, Tesla got very aggressive with price cuts. It depressed their margins, but it did increase their volumes. And I think that's partly reflected in their stock performance this year. I also think when you see some of the established automakers like GM and Ford and others who have, recently announced that they're pulling back on some of their aggressive EV investments, that's also helped the stock. And I think as you look at 2024, I think it's going to be another year of growth and drama for the company. Probably less so on growth in 2024 because there's no new high volume products. And who knows on the drama? That'll be either more or less depending upon Elon and how he go about things.
First official declaration of the Model 3 Plus. Although the Model 3 has not yet been officially announced by Tesla, there have been rumors of a potential update that could include a new battery pack, a heat pump, or a redesigned exterior and interior. The updated Model 3 looks like an exciting upgrade, and we anticipate that Tesla will formally begin selling this model very soon. Hey everyone, welcome back to Savvy. The second sense of Tesla and proof of a Cybertruck ramp in order to advertise the truck and its new features. Tesla has increased its online and airport advertising. The business has also started selling a tailgate ramp accessory for the Cybertruck, which can be used to transfer heavy equipment or vehicles into the bed. A few remarks have also been made on whether or not Tesla would genuinely increase the number of Cybertrucks it produces. While some analysts like Sandy Munro don't think the company can produce many of them, others feel it can.
Yeah. Sandy, I called you at the top of the show the teardown titan. I just want to explain to our audience, you're principally an automotive engineer, right? And you kind of rose to prominence because you take new vehicles, tear them apart right down to the individual nuts and bolts, and assess what they're made of, assess their efficiency. You have been in the factory, and I wanted to ask you, based on the design of this vehicle and what you saw down in Austin Giga, how many do you think they're going to be able to build initially this year or the remainder of this year, next year?
That's kind of a tough question because there's a lot that determines whether or not you're going to be able to push out those products. A lot of it has to do with the supply chain, and there's a lot of things that kind of push you in different directions as far as launch is concerned. What I saw was running at 60 jobs per hour, and that's kind of normal. The rest of the factories that I've seen, the rest of the Tesla factories are running at 42, 43 seconds per cycle or per station. That's fast. That's really fast. So if they could keep that momentum up, in 12 months, they should be able to do easily 250. It depends on how many, how many shifts you've got and whatnot, but they should easily be able to do 250,000 a year at that rate, 250 to 500,000, depending on how many shifts.
Yeah, and certainly Musk saying that 250,000 units possible by 2025. I'm interested, Stanley, in ultimately, how does this disrupt the pickup truck market at large? You keep on showing the sort of F-150, in particular, the EV competitor there, and how the price point is a lot cheaper there, even though Elon Musk himself said, look, it looked expensive at the time. How do you think it compares to the rest of the market?
Well, everybody's been trying to say that they're all pickup trucks, but really and truly, there's a distinct user difference between the Rivian, the Lightning, the Cybertruck, and say something like the Hummer. They're not really tuned to attack the same market. They all can do pickup truck kind of work, but I think that the average person who's got a construction company is probably going to be going for a Lightning. The guy who wants to go to the grocery store and every once in a while pick up a 2x4, that's probably the Rivian kind of story. The Hummer, I don't know who that is, but I can tell you, for me, I'm going to be brutally frank here. I'm trying to get a hold of two of them, and one is going to be my drive because. For me, if you're an outdoorsman, you got quads, you got hunting on your mind, hunting or fishing or whatever. This is the truck for you. This is what I'm truly looking for.
Sandy Munro, who has been closely monitoring the development of the Cybertruck, has applauded Tesla for opening up a whole new market with it. He also had the opportunity to speak with Elon Musk about the prospects and obstacles associated with producing Cybertrucks. The car expert and Tesla bull recently took a private tour of the Cybertruck factory, where he spoke with Tesla executives. Later in an interview, Sandy disclosed some very interesting information, claiming that the Cybertruck line is already producing about 60 jobs per hour, which translates to 60 trucks per hour. This means that in a 40-hour work week with one shift, that would be 2,400 trucks per week, or roughly 125,000 a year. Sandy Munro also predicted that, depending on the number of shifts, Tesla will have between 250,000 and 500,000 Cybertrucks annually in the next 12 months. This shows that a lot of people are still unaware of the enormous growth potential Tesla has with the Cybertruck. According to Tesla, a new version of FSD has been released in the US and is anticipated to bring about significant enhancements, potentially even eliminating the beta label. So this version will be made available to more than 15,000 V users in light of recent events. May also demonstrate that Tesla's FSD is about to move past this stage, and that the automaker could soon achieve full autonomy with its FSD software. Tesla has begun rolling out its FSD version 12 update to staff members, which is reportedly essential to the company accomplishing its goal of self-driving technology. Elon Musk claims that the new FSD update is astounding and includes some new neural network-based vehicle control systems that are better able to handle complex scenarios than the previous version. After gathering additional input and data from staff members, Tesla intends to release FSD version 12 to the general public. Elon Musk also revealed that FSD is anticipated to achieve level 4 or 5 autonomy in the near future, meaning that the car will be able to drive itself anywhere with little to no assistance from the driver. Interestingly, despite the challenges and controversies around FSD, there are signs that Tesla is making good progress towards achieving full autonomy. One very convincing one is that Elon Musk recently followed computer expert Android Cathie on X after allegedly unfollowing him for a few months. Computer scientist, who served as the director of AI and autopilot vision at Tesla, parted ways with the auto company after taking a sabbatical, even though he didn't share why he chose to leave. But you may ask, why is this a big deal? Well, Andre is in a way the public face of Tesla's full self-driving program, and is one of those who spearheaded the automaker's shift towards AI. Very few Tesla executives ever managed to emerge from behind the shadow of Musk to carve a name for themselves. However, Cathie was able to step into the spotlight effortlessly. And this was because of Tesla's FSD. Therefore, the latest action by Elon Musk on X could be a sign that Tesla is making a big move with its FSD software. Number 4, record-breaking numbers at Tesla's Mexican plant. Not long ago, Elon Musk dropped a bombshell, a brand new factory coming to Mexico. And not just any old factory, though, it's a gigafactory, commonly known as Gigafactory 5. Tesla is planning to build a new factory in Mexico near Monterrey, where it's going to produce battery-grade lithium hydroxide for its EVs. This investment and introduction is said to be worth more. It's the energy and bellies, and the factory will have the capacity of 1 million vehicles per year. Remember when Elon Musk teased us with the idea of a sub-$30,000 Tesla back in 2020? Well, that's where this factory's magic is happening.